Hi everyone, this is Lina from Trading Edge, and in today's video we're going to see what is happening with Bitcoin this week and next week. So we have a very big green candle today, and yesterday we had a small green candle with a bearish wick, which was indicating a further movement downwards. However, today Bitcoin market has decided to play the range, the VWAP range, which is a very respectable range and displayed very often, except when there is a change of trend. So as you can see here, today the candle is right on the bottom of the VWAP range, and it seems to me that it wants to go to the top of the range, not today, but in the next few days. And this is in keeping with a backtesting I have done on the Penumbral Lunar Eclipse. I will show you this table. So in this table, this is my table number 2. I have a fully developed Eclipse trading strategies, Bitcoin Eclipse trading strategies, and this is the first table, but I call it table number 2 because table number 1 is the King and the Queen table, which I showed you in the previous video. So tomorrow, the 25th of March, we are going to have a Penumbral Lunar Eclipse. So I have backtested the daily closing candles on those Penumbral Lunar Eclipses, and Bitcoin closes on a red closing candle 55% of the time on those type of eclipses, which is almost 50-50, so therefore we cannot make a prediction for the closing candle of the day. However, I have also backtested all of those Penumbral eclipses, and 80% of the time they're bullish, even when they have closed on a red candle on the day itself. After that they have produced a bullish momentum for about a week or two, 80% of the time. So that is quite a significant percentage. So that is a very serious evidence that Bitcoin may be heading up for the next week, at least until it reaches the top of the VWAP. We'll see what happens on what date it will reach the top of the VWAP, and then based on the astrological climate on that date, I will see whether it will be going up or whether it will be going down after that, whether it will break that range and continue to pump or whether it will head down. Depends on how many days it will take that. The sooner it does it, the more likely is that it will reverse back to bear. And the reason for this is because at the moment pumping is like swimming against the tide. We have a very serious bearish confluence taking place right now, and that is Mercury is reducing in speed. Every single day, exponentially, Mercury is reducing in speed more and more and more. So it's very difficult to pump against this. That was my main reason for holding a bearish bias for the current time. Mercury reducing in speed and Mercury going retrograde. So on the 1st of April, Mercury is even going retrograde. So good luck to anyone who wants to pump against that. I'm not saying it's impossible. Everything is possible on the Bitcoin market, but all I'm saying is that it's highly unlikely that the next few days will produce pumps that will reach the 69k on the top of the VWAP range, and that it will surpass that and it will reach and it will make a double top. I wish that could happen so we can get it done and over with, but I really don't think it will happen because Mercury moving backwards and Mercury slowing down in speed are extremely bearish events. They suppress price and they reverse price, they make price go down. So if this is not gonna work out as a bearish trend, I'm not saying that it will not. We still need a bit more evidence before we conclude that we're not in a bearish trend. but even if we're not in a bearish trend, it will be very difficult to be in a bullish trend with that's the king of all bear events in the sky is when Mercury is moving slowly and it's reducing in speed. On top of that, we have three key planets. We have Mercury, Venus, and Mars being invisible. And when those planets are invisible, all of the activities on planet Earth that are ruled by those three planets are not doing well. And these three planets are the key action makers on the markets. Mercury, the planet of trade, Venus, the planet of money, and Mars, the planet of action and the planet of drive. So all of those three planets at the moment are hidden, they're invisible, so they're not that influential. So those were the reasons for my bearish bias for the past week and for the next 2-3 weeks. However, at the same time, we have some serious bull reasons as well, and that is that backtesting on the Penumbral Lunar Eclipse. It has produced a bullish upward move straight forward as well, not consolidating and then slowly going up, but a straightforward row of green candles for about 1 or 2 weeks after that, on 80% of the time. So that is quite a serious argument against the bear trend. Those were the two most serious arguments against each other, and now on daily time frames we can have a look at some other pro and against arguments for the bear trend. So if we have a look at my calendar, and this calendar is completely free, by the way, on my website. It has tons of astrological aspects, and also the asteroids are involved as well, and also the void, of course. Everything is listed under the same day. Feel free to use it, everyone. It's actually the most detailed astrological aspects calendar there is on the internet right now. So what we have for today is that in the second half of the day we have moon void, of course. That is a bearish event starting at 4 o'clock UTC, and on top of that we have Mars semi-square Rahu, the north node, which is again another king of bearish aspects. It really doesn't get more bearish than this, and the exact aspect is at 8 o'clock today. So I expect that today will produce pump and dump based on this information. And if that happens to be the case, then we have a chance for a more bearish week ahead. But if those very important bearish astro events are not influential on the Bitcoin market today, and the market just keeps going up, and the green candle is quite a strong bullish candle, then we still cannot make the conclusion straight away that the bear trend is invalidated, but we'll need to wait for another 2 days. We'll need to wait for the 25th and the 26th to see how they will close. And if those two close on green candles as well, then it's very likely that the bear trend is invalidated. Let me show you what I've got here. This table is my table in which I involve 17 esoteric variables. and I test them against each other. I have laid them out in different columns, and then I score them to see what is the weight for the day. Is it more bearish or more bullish? And I've got the 24th of March as a straightforward red day according to all of these esoteric variables, which I have used for the past 6 years, starting from Mars in Pisces. Mars in Pisces hates being there. That's one of the most bearish events in the sky of all times. The Sun is entering the 12th house of Bitcoin natal chart. Again, that is a very bearish event. Moving on, Mercury, I've already discussed that. Oh yeah, apart from Mercury being very slow and being invisible, Mercury is also the greatest distance from Earth as well. And when Mercury is at a far distance from Earth, it's less influential, and Mercury governs trade. So this aspect tends to produce a small volume on the market, and the smaller the volume, the less likely is that the price will go up. So that is happening today as well. We have in total 10 bearish events today against only a couple of bullish events. One of which is that Mars is making a 60-degree angle to Mars is making a 60-degree angle to Pluto on natal. Which is a bullish angle, but it's not a very strong angle. It's not the sort of bullish event in a chart that will produce this big green candle that we're observing today. And this against some very serious bearish events, such as Mercury at the greatest elongation, Mercury reducing in speed every single day, Moon heading on a southern declination. Yeah, these are quite serious bearish events. So for that reason, I'm reserving judgment at the moment. I want to see how the day will close. I have the theory that it will be a pump and dump day based on all of these reasons. And if we close on a red candle today, then the bear trend is safe. If we don't close on a green candle today, we need to watch what happens tomorrow, the lunar eclipse day. Full moons tend to be green, so I'm not gonna fuss too much if tomorrow closes on a green candle, by the way, because I already expect that. I have a couple of bullish events that will be happening tomorrow, listed here in my spreadsheet. One of which is Venus is entering 17 degrees of Pisces, and that is a very bullish event. So I do expect a green candle tomorrow. And also on Chinese, tomorrow is the day of the rat. Rat is very bullish. And then the most important keys that will seriously indicate whether we're still in a bear trend or whether the bear trend is invalidated is the closing candle on the 26th of March, because the 26th of March is a straightforward bear event. On Chinese, it's Earth Earth. Earth Earth is the most bearish combination there is. And if that closes on a green candle, we are not in a bearish trend. If it closes on a red candle, it doesn't actually mean that we're in a bearish trend, because this should be closing on a red candle in any kind of trend, right? But it will still keep us guessing for a little bit longer. So my conclusion so far is that at the moment we have two very powerful events fighting with each other. The bearish event that Mercury is not doing great, reducing in speed every day, and on the same time we have that back testing 80% of these penumbral lunar eclipses have produced very strong bullish moves upward for the next week at least, and sometimes even for 2 weeks ahead. And also we have this range here that kind of wants to be traded, the VWAP range. So at the moment I don't know which one will pan out. I have a feeling that this range kind of really wants to be traded, but let's see how it closes, how today closes. If we get the pump and dump, then we're back in the game with the bear trend, and if not, we'll review again all other events. There was only one more thing that I wanted to bring to your attention. Yeah, that's the other table. So this is my human table where I do the human assessments, and I have a non-human table which is just simply I have collected all the data, historical data on daily closing candles, and then I have counted the green candles and the red candles, and I have obtained the percentages. And what we have here for the last week of March is that we have two green days, the 26th and the 31st of March. If those close on a green candle, again, no big deal, because historically they've always closed on a green candle. However, if some of those neutral days here closes on a green candle, then we're in trouble. And the trouble began from yesterday. I mean, the bear trend is in trouble. I don't, because I'm holding that bias. If you're holding a bullish bias, then you're safe for the moment. So this table raised the alert on the 23rd because that was a neutral forecast. There was no forecast for the 23rd. It's 50-50, and it chose to close on a green. So that raised the first alert that we may not be on a bear trend anymore, and the bear trend may be getting invalidated. And that's why I love this table, is because it raises the alert before anything else. With all respect to astrology, because it's assessed by a human, there is always a bias there, there is always a human bias there. But this table doesn't include any astrology, and it doesn't include any human judgment. It's just simple historical calculation. So if this table is showing us that the 23rd of March is a fluid day, it's a 50-50 kind of day, and it decides on that neutral day to close on a green candle, that is the first alert that we may be wrong in our bearish bias. Second alert, today should be closing on a red candle. 61% of the time, historically, it has closed on a red candle, so this is a red candle day. So again, if today doesn't close on a red candle, then the alert becomes much stronger, and then by the 26th we will have a very clear picture on what trend we are. If 25th and 26th close on a green candle, then it's very likely that we are no longer in a bad trend. However, what may happen is that by then we actually may reach the top of the VWAP, and if we reach the top of the VWAP by then it's gonna reverse back to bear. Here with this VWAP, the sooner it reaches the top, the sooner it will reverse back, and that will be then confirmation that it was just a temporary few days on a very local kind of bull reversal. But the longer it takes to reach the top of the VWAP, the more it means that we're no longer in a bad trend. So let's see what happens tonight. Let's see how it will close tonight. Second half of the day is looking bearish. If it closes on a red, everything is back to normal. If it doesn't close on a red, we're gonna review it again tomorrow, after we see the closing candle tomorrow. And you can get this table from my website for a very affordable price, and also you can get the other table, the lunar eclipse backtesting, that is available on my website as well. And there is another table here where I backtest the eclipses by their performance in different signs of the zodiac. So the backtesting in the first table 2 is done by type of eclipse, and the backtesting in this table 3 is done by performance in the different zodiac signs. And here is some interesting findings. Only the penumbral eclipse is not significant, by the way. All the other eclipses are significant. The total eclipses are producing 67% red candles, the total solar eclipses, which means that I'm expecting a red candle for the solar eclipse on the 8th of April, because that is a total solar eclipse. And you can see the rest of the eclipses all have significant percentages. So it's only this lunar eclipse that is difficult to figure out. I'll catch up with you soon. Bye.